What would be kind of the trend that you would look to see next year in terms of LNG possible exports in North America? What are you looking for next year?
I am looking for some of the existing import terminals to move big steps towards the FID. May or may not make FID, depending on whether or not they can obtain the funding or the project financing in 2012. I think they'll see continuing interest from buyers, either like the BG situation, but other buyers that are aiming to send that LNG to Asia. But then the question is whether or not the funding will come to provide the billions of dollars of investment you're going to need to supplement the existing import terminals with the liquefaction.
And who might provide some of the financing or funding for export terminals in North America?
Well, it would be banks, commercial banks in the U.S. who have an understanding of the industry, as well as other larger participants in the oil and gas business who might like to take some kind of equity investment or participate in some other way that gives them comfort that they're going to be able to either monetize their gas or to give them an advantage in the industry just by having sources of LNG that are priced differently than what they've got right now.
In East Africa, we've heard some companies, including Anadarko, talk about LNG possibilities over there. Can you talk at all about sort of the prospect of LNG development off Africa?
Well, that's it's probably the story in 2012 in terms of gas discoveries globally as a one that just kind of seems like came out of nowhere. So that the Anadarko discovery, along with Eni's supplemental nearby reserves, I think that's got a lot of attention, and it's going to get a lot more attention in 2012 because it does give some alternatives to buyers who instead have in the last couple of years have been looking at unconventional gas in Australia and other places, and so conventional gas alternatives that kind of had seemed to be disappearing with Qatar's inability to expand their project. I think the Mozambique project and perhaps even Tanzania will get a lot of attention in 2012.
And how important would those projects eventually be for that part of Africa?
I think that could make a change in the economy in Mozambique, like you're seeing already in Papua New Guinea. It's going to be pretty just interesting for those watching it from afar, but it's going to affect the people of Mozambique unlike anything else they've seen before.
And then finally, could you talk about Asia and kind of what they're looking for in terms of LNG? I mean, in terms of pricing, reliability, what's most important to them when they're trying to
I think it is really reliability of supply that Asian buyers have always looked for, and they're continuing to look for that because they don't really have these resources, and that's the first thing to keep the lights on. And they got to get a good price, but I think they're more interested in making sure they get a reliable supplier. So suppliers that try to go out, put their project together too quickly, and really don't look at the fundamentals are going to see that the buyers may not have that much confidence in them and really help them get off the ground and expand and be successful long term.